Story number 3. Is too much government a bad thing? Now, this story surfaced in because there's still a lot of talk about government and what types of government work. Now, you hear people talking about socialism, you hear them talking about the rule of law is in trouble here in America because of people with different fashions of different beliefs, free programs, free Medicare, free education, and you hear some candidates talking about how they will use other funding money to finance these programs. This is a big talk and a big topic of discussion because people want to know, or people have this, I still have this idea that too much government is a bad thing. Now, this brings light to the topic that I discussed in the top 8 this week also, was whether you have too many people working for the government. What happens when all those people are when those programs are cut and those people have to go into the labor force? So this topic of downsizing government is nothing new. They've been talking about this for years, and when you see this administration mainly attacking the traditional way of how people view government programs and cutting and slashing programs. People, you're going to see all different types of solutions being addressed in this new idea of how to govern and what government actually works. So the reason why story number 3 has a lot of substance is because of that simple idea of that brings off that light bulb is what style of government works. Now, this is a representative democracy that we live in America, but there's all different styles of government. So what happens when there's too much government, or you have I think personally, when you have federal programs to have back things up, you have disaster aid, you have the federal government investing in student education, and I think what the main thing that most people are concerned about is the debt, is the fact that that taxpayers have to fund these programs, and some of these programs have become very expensive. And what happens when the government just doesn't have any more money to print out? So this talk about big government is still a hot topic, and that's why it surfaces in the top 8. Some say that Trump is scaring immigrants away from healthcare services to help out the rich. They're saying that this is after he released a new regulation, I guess banning legal immigrants from programs like medical aid and food assistance. And then you see Planned Parenthood, a program that was basically founded off of trying to eliminate those in poverty from interfering with the normal process. Margaret Sanger, her goal was not to have the people in the ghettos and in the slums mingling in wealthy affairs. She wanted to eliminate them, and by giving women's rights like abortion, her theology and her beliefs were totally different from those who want to see life on. So she was a little bit different. She had a different belief system. Then you have what happens if there's a medical outbreak, like a measles epidemic. What happens if there's an outbreak? What will happen if you slash some of the government programs that are used to aid these programs? And especially when kids are going back to schools and there have already been cases of measles and certain other diseases that are starting to pop up once again. So you don't want to be that person or that administration that has all of these government programs that are in place, and you don't want that big disaster to surface, which is on your watch, because you'll be the blame for slashing a program that could have saved hundreds of people's lives, or thousands, if not millions. So this is what the talk about is too much government a bad thing, a big problem. Then you see candidates like Bernie Sanders approaching it from a government aid standing, saying that it's not fair for the wealthy to continue to get wealthy and the poor to continue to get poor. So you'll see candidates, or you see a Joe Biden President Tim Ryan talking about giving put more assistance on the middle class. So this talk is not new. It's been going on for a long time, and we will see story number 3 staying alive because there's different styles, different beliefs, and people who have different ideas on how to stop, how to pay, or or different ideas about how government is utilized and how it could work in this new day and age. People who have that old school way of thinking, saying that government programs should be slashed, people should be working on their own because people have been taking advantage of the system. This is big talk, and I see story number 3 staying alive because it's still a hot topic. I see it gaining some steam, but the question of, is too much government a bad thing? You will see that question staying alive because, as I continuously stress, we're getting into that political season where the ads will start to come, and you'll start to see candidates talking about issues such as this, which is government and the role of government in this new environment. You're in the Mediator with me, Brian Westwood. It's my duty every week to give you the top 8 headlines and developing news stories. You may have your own radio program, your own talking points, your own discussions on social media. This is what this program is designed to do: navigate the news, circulate, finding the top stories. I go through over 200, probably 50 million, who knows, 200 stories a week. Over the course of a year, I probably hit over 1,000, 2,000 stories, probably more than that. To keep you informed, find the top stories for you. If you want to be a contributor, help out anyway, it doesn't take much. All you have to do is visit www.method8inc.com, method8inc.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, or just read something, or just sponsor a program. I'm in this for you. Like I said, it is my supreme duty every week to give you the top 8 headlines and developing news stories. Constantly reminding you that I am just a mediator. I stand in the middle, navigating the right and the left, the wolves on each side, and summing them up in top 8 stories to give you the top 8 for your own good. If you want to be a contributor, help out. Like I said, I'm just a mediator. The news journalists, the people on the front lines deserve all the credit, but I do deserve credit for navigating the news. So if you want to help me out, all you have to do is visit www.method8inc.com, method8inc.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, or just read something, or just sponsor the program.
If you need help, then dial your operator.
Have no fear, fellow citizens. The Mediator is here.